What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I'm here to talk about and review Jumanji: The Next Level. This is a 2019 film, and yes, I'm a little late on reviewing this movie, but I'll be honest, I was not quick to go out to the theater and spend money on this film. Kind of unneeded, kind of unnecessary. It's directed by Jake Kasdan. And the plot. The plot is we see Alex Wolff as Spencer. He's now in the real world after the last movie, after being The Rock. He wants that again. He sort of feels like a loser. He feels like he has nothing going on. He wants to feel like a big, cool action guy again, which I guess you can't really blame him. So he repairs the Jumanji game and finds his way back inside of it. The other kids, the other group, they see what happens and they almost accidentally wind up in the game. Other people wind up in the game with them as well, so the movie becomes, hey, we have to find Spencer and bring him back. Now, what I thought of Jumanji: The Next Level was... it was just okay. Okay at best. I feel like I'm being nice about this. Because honestly, the original Jumanji with Robin Williams is one of my favorites. Like, I enjoy that film. I grew up on it, and I think it still holds up. And it still has a great story to it. It's not just about action. It's not just about special effects. Now, all those years later, they did that second movie, and it was fine, but I didn't love it like everybody else did. Other people were over the moon about it. Oh, it's so funny, it's so great. I just thought it was fine. So this film completely just only did it for the money, right? It was a cash grab type movie because it's essentially, in a lot of ways, the same movie over again. A lot of the same beats, a lot of the same jokes, a lot of the same plot points when you see how they end up in Jumanji in this video game. We go through those same tropes once again of the characters playing up the video game aspects, the power levels, the life levels. I know it's what they established before, and I know that you could argue that that was really inventive and cool and creative, especially when you're talking about video game movies and how they don't do them well. But I just felt like it was rinse, repeat, regurgitation. Let's just do some of the same jokes of Jack Black being eaten by, well, it's a different animal, so it's different, huh? You have Kevin Hart, who's supposed to be the Danny Glover character. Like, instead of these people being the same avatars that they were before, now they're all swapped all over the place, right? So Danny Glover is Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart does this old black man slave type impression of Danny Glover, and I just said to myself, that's not how Danny Glover sounds. Why are we pretending like we don't know what these other actors sound like? Especially The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, he's supposed to be Danny DeVito, the grandfather of Spencer. And Danny DeVito, he does not sound like this over-the-top New York accent that The Rock is going for. I don't know if they told The Rock who was supposed to be him in the other life, but I don't know. It was really awkward and really annoying to hear The Rock do that voice and that accent as long as he did. There was a point where the characters swapped, so I guess it's not the entire movie where you hear it, but it was long enough to where it got a little annoying. Jack Black, I thought I remember reading that this is supposed to be Jack Black's last movie. If that's true, if he's retiring after this one, not the best way to go out. I think he deserved a little better, once again, if that's true. He is supposed to be the black guy, Fridge. So throughout this movie, Jack Black is doing his black guy voice, and it's not really his fault, because the black guy that he was did sound like your typical black guy, but it's still a little weird, still a little awkward. Karen Gillan is here to be the typical hot, badass chick that she was before, so not very much different to her character. And Awkwafina is in this movie, and I feel like she's been in like 5 movies within this last year. I don't know, she seems to be everywhere, and I don't want to say I'm getting sick of her because, you know, she's new, but she was fine. She was fine in this film. The main villain was played by the Hound from Game of Thrones. I will say that I like this actor, but I also think the villain was fine. He wasn't as bad as the last movie's villain that totally did nothing. This villain didn't do anything really either, but I think I just liked the actor a little better. And the action. The action was fine. The CGI was decent. It had enough action to keep you going, to not make it all that boring, even though I was bored more so by the plot points, the story points, the jokes. I didn't laugh a whole lot. Maybe I chuckled a couple times, but I didn't really laugh like I had wanted to. There is one pretty cool action scene where they're on these like bridges that are all being swapped around and moved around, and they have to figure out the pattern. And then this swarm of monkeys show up to attack them, so that was cool. But the ending of this movie, I'm not going to give it away, I'm not going to give spoilers, don't worry, but the ending of this movie, something happens to one of the characters involving a horse, and that's all I'll say. But that made me go, what the F? What? Did that just happen? Just my mind was blown. I just couldn't believe it. I kept looking around saying, does anybody else see this? Anyways, if I had to rate this, I don't know, I guess I'll give it Netflix and chill.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm being so generous and nice about this right now. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Jumanji, the next level. What do you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Is it better than the last one? Or is it not as good like I said? Like, comment, subscribe. Later!